We know that there's a lack of education in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania area. We also know that there's an epidemic. There's a heroin and fentanyl epidemic that they're not discussing. And there's some underlying issues that are associated with Pennsylvania and just Philadelphia in general. And with that being said, how do you feel as a hip hop artist that your message is getting across? Like, how do you feel it's getting across? Can you give me some proof in production of how your message is getting across?
Yeah, so I think so last 2021 we did, I just was like I was doing a bunch of shows, I was releasing a lot of music, and then I just was like, yo, I'm about to just see what's up, like see if I can throw a tour together. At the time I was spending a lot of time in New York. Shout out to New York, man. Like yeah, that's a side note. That's when I really started to know, like, what for me, you know what I'm saying? Listen, all my heroes are, or like for the most part, the people who had big influence on me was New York rappers.
Right.
So me being able to go to New York and rock in New York, first of all, I knew like New York is different than a lot of other places because they get ready to listen to every single word that you say.
Right.
And like this is the home. You say
right. This is the Mecca. Yeah, this is the Mecca of hip hop. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We get ready to dissect everything, and when you get into the audience afterwards, and people like giving you your lines back, like, "Yo, that was crazy," and it's like you heard that once, dog.
Right.
And you giving this back to me. It's a different kind of thing. So we started. Long story short, we started the tour in New York. We only hit 3 places. We was in Queens, we was in Long Island, and then the last show we did was in Philly. But like just the turnout, like I ain't got no major behind me. It's just doors was opening up, and just being able to connect and put out resources. But like seeing people, seeing their response to it, seeing like everything I'm doing is grassroots.
Right.
So, I look at the numbers. And I'm like, dang, like you doing this just off of the muscle. You ain't really, it's not really a lot of like handouts. Nobody's coming throwing the oop to you.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You out here and you just shoot it.
Right.
and you just hoping it go in. But like last year, I didn't drop any real music for real.
Right.
And I was watching the numbers, but because of what I did in like 2021 musically, I was watching the numbers, and I actually like on Apple Music, I actually had. I think I was like 500 spins lower than the year when I was dropping music consistently.
Right.
Like at one point I was dropping a new single every week. But it was like because of the relationships that I built, because of the following that I built. And like even right now, like I haven't dropped anything new since I think like 2021 for real. I did something to commemorate, like a little package to commemorate the album, like a 1 year, like some radio edited versions. It was like the full slimmed down version. But I ain't dropped no new music in like a minute, and people still rocking with it. So that's the proof for me, man. It's solid and still going on, and people check it. Yo, when you coming back? So I know it's relevant. So I got some stuff on me, man.
Nice. But that's always good to hear. And I just have to I gotta toot your horn for a second, because Philadelphia or Philly is sort of a mecca of hip hop also. But because of the just the same way they did the capital of the United States of America. Remember, it was supposed to be Philadelphia, but they moved it to DC.
Right.
Same thing with music. Because TP can tell you now that TP's back, he can tell you, like you said, Philly International, all of those Teddy Pendergrass. And if you dwindle that down, Gamble and Huff, if you dwindle that down and you go into Philadelphia hip hop, You have to start off. You have to. You have no choice but to recognize Steady B and Cool C. You have no other way. You have no other recourse but to recognize the Hilltop Hustlers, because without those individuals setting the standard for what hip hop was, Philadelphia and New York would have never had that connection. In order to bring out 3 Times Dope, which that single Greatest Man Alive was incredible at that time when it came out. He also had a song called Funky Dividends. Okay, now you go from Steady B and Cool C, you go to 3 Times Dope. Now you move into the younger generation, and you go to the youngsters, who are actually produced by Tretch, but came out of Philly. And they made me move to Philly anyway. Watching them commercials from Mount Airy Lodge. Because I was already a fan of Philadelphia basketball, because my dad was he was a big Philly fan, a Philly 76ers fan when Dr. J played for the 76ers, Dr. J, Moses Malone, and that squad. So we used to come to Philly all the time to watch the games, and look where I'm at. And I told you the story before, High Def. I told you that I was watching them commercials that came on after the Yankee game with the handsome white guy with the waterfalls falling all around him and the beautiful women telling you to come to Mount Airy Lodge. Now you may be a little bit too young for that, but those commercials actually existed right after the Honeymooners. Am I lying, TB?
Not at all.
Right after the Honeymooners and right after the Yankee games, it was come to Mount Airy Lodge or whatever it was. Was it Mount Airy Lodge?
Yeah, Mount Airy Lodge.
Yeah, it was Mount Airy Lodge. Yeah, he had some beautiful women behind.
In fact, Virginia stole the moniker.
Right.
Because it was Poconos for lovers.
Right. Poconos was supposed to be
Virginia
for
jacked it and said Virginia's for lovers.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Because they knew the marketability of it, and they knew the expansion of land that we had out here in Philadelphia. So when they knew that, it was like, well, let's steal that real quick. And it created a different stream of revenue that Pennsylvania can never get back. That's why you see all this. Wow. That's how you see all this dilapidated property, and they let it get into eminent domain anyway, because they want to sell it and make it look like nobody lives here. But now that you left, High Def, you can see some of these debilitated buildings getting renewed. They building on them. Man, if you go down 209 right now, bro, you wouldn't even recognize it.
Yeah. Wow.
You would not even recognize it.
Okay.
So with that being said, I want to ask you, because you named some of your favorite artists, and you also talked about how you got into hip hop. I definitely got to shout out Pop from the Barbershop. Definitely got to shout him out, because right now he is managing Cassidy. So big shout out to Pop from the Barbershop. Big shout out to Cass, because we may be bringing him to East Stroudsburg.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be super dope, wouldn't it?
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Some more. So give me some more of your hip hop influences, and then we're gonna get into some bars. I want to get into some bars with you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, I mean, the greats, of course, you got the Bigs, the J's, the Nas. I really like my contemporary, to be honest, man. I felt like that school that came out was just ridiculous. So, the Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes, the Big Crit, the Big Sean, the Wale's, the ASAPs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that energy especially when all them dudes was like really. I know I'm forgetting somebody too, but a lot of influence from from there, I said Eminem earlier. Wayne. Yo, when Wayne, man, when I hate to start talking about him like a dinosaur because he's not a dinosaur.
Right.
Even at this point, but like when Wayne, like 02 little Wayne.
Yeah.
That man was.
Yeah, he was an absolute monster.
Fab.
Yeah, he was an absolute monster. Wayne was an absolute monster. He came in the game with no revenge, no remorse, or nothing. But you could tell that Louisiana and that vibe that comes from that area comes out of so much struggle, so much pain, and so much, so much because Jay Electronica also came from there. He came from there also.
And I also gotta say, I gotta be controversial, but I also gotta say, Gilly the Kid. Shout out to Gilly the Kid.
All right. Give. That's right. Give. Yes.
You can't talk about what Wayne was doing. I think without you gotta have that little asterisk.
Yes. Big shout out to Gilly and Wallow with $1 million worth of game. Yeah, big shout out to them. And that's it. Yes. We didn't totally agree with them interviewing what's the name from Mob Ties? What's his name from Mob Ties? What is his name again? I can't think of nobody's name right now. Probably because it's good. Probably because it's good. Yeah, probably because it's good for me. Not Mr. J Prince. I didn't agree with them doing that interview, but I see why they did it. I see why they did it. But big shout out to Wallow and to his cousin Gilly, because without them two, without Gilly, like I said, there wouldn't have been no connection between Young Money and Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Because he did reach out to get Gilly and get Gilly on a feature. So big shout out to $1 million worth of game. Big shout out to them. So High Def. I'm gonna owe you some spins, okay? I'm gonna owe you some spins because I could not convert them into MP3 format. When you send a download, when I actually tried to download them, I couldn't get them. So I apologize for that. I sincerely apologize for that because I know that's part of your presentation, and I did not want to miss that part of the presentation because I know that there's a message inside your music. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if it's possible, I would like for you to give us another call-in interview, and we can go ahead and put some of your music in rotation on the next call-in interview. Or even then, when you get back from moving and grooving and traveling, you might as well just drive down to the station. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, if I pull up though, if I pull up, I'm gonna need you to put something on. Like I'm gonna need you to put a beat on. Oh, really? That's what I'm talking about. That's what and that leads me to this point of the show when I ask you, High Def Tone, to give me some bars. It's up to you. It's up to you. You spit whatever you want to spit. You can say whatever you want to say. I need a nice 16. Do you need a beat or you want to go Acapulco? 16.
Just give me.
You just want 16?
You give me what you got. Give me what you got. You go Acapulco, right?
Yeah, I'll go Acapulco. This and then anyway, let's do it. Ice cold. Even if I drip, I don't stand no fluid. Get on the beat and I go cool it. Lines like mine, they are incongruent. I mean, look, the Holy Ghost on my team, that super ultra light beam, that they be sleeping on me. Cats, I don't know what they mean. Woo! I'm at the grave site. I buy these beats every day and night. We raising the dead, my Lord is the bread, and I'm getting fed every day and night. I'm putting the rock in my sling. Colloquialism is my thing. For my dogs up the leash, I push the beat so they can walk again. I got Jesus on the main line. Quoting Jesus on my main lines. Kingdom unseen for the unclean. God put it all in the tide. Look, that's a wave, man, for real. Stain, lift the body, build. 93 young Shaquille. I break the glass, not a drill. Ah. That's it.
Amazing right there. Amazing right there. Yes. Amazing right there. Look, and then just think about it. Not one curse word, Amazing Amy.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. And got the point across.
And got the point across and got some followers. So real quick, High Def Tone, tell everybody where they can find you at on social media.
So you can find me at highdefzone.com. That's where everything lives. You can also find me on the gram at High Def Tone. That's HIGESTONE. Same thing on YouTube at High Def Tone. And you can see just the movement. Like you'll see more stuff on Instagram and more stuff on just the whole catalog of everything I'm doing. Because I don't just be rapping. I be teaching. I do a whole bunch of stuff. So
yes.
You can just tap into it and man, follow that, man. Tell your mom, tell your pops, tell your kinfolk, man. We out here, we doing it, we trying to vibrate.
That's right. Right. Yep. Vibrate at a higher frequency. High Def, it's always a pleasure to chop it up with you, my brother. I will see you very soon. And I may have some intricate details for you about our Unity in the Community event with Gynesis Radio. So stay tapped in with me.
I heard.
Stay tapped in with me, and let's get us another interview together. Shout out to anybody real quick because we get ready to get out of here real fast.
Man, shout out to everybody in the Pocono. Shout out to everybody who was at, you know what I'm saying, who was in the cut with us. You know what I'm saying? Exploria. You know what I mean? Like, man, shout out to the people, man, because, you know what I'm saying, that's a very significant part of my life. So,
yes.
Man, I'm just proud. Shout out to my moms and my pops, because I wouldn't be here without them. And shout out to the big homie upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That's the creator. You know,
That's right. That's right. Thank you again for your energy. Thank you for taking us into another frequency. High Def Tone, you have a beautiful evening, man. Stay blessed. And make sure you stay tapped in. Y'all. Yes, absolutely. Make sure you stay tapped in, brother. Peace and blessings to you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so we